Thomas Lane hadn't slept in weeks. Each night as the city faded, he lay awake, heart pounding, eyes wide. The ticking clock mocked him, every shadow in the corners refusing to let him rest. Shadows flickered at the edge of his vision, whispers crept from the vents. Every creak, every distant siren, every hum of the fridge felt like a threat. He left the lights on, but the darkness only grew bolder. The lamp's glow couldn't chase away the feeling that he was being watched. The place he called home now felt like a cage. He barely recognized himself, pale, hollow-eyed, unraveling. The fear hollowed him out night after night. Thomas Lane was a man on the edge, staring into an abyss that stared back. Every night, Thomas fought the fear that crept in. The old building seemed alive, its walls groaning and whispering secrets. Shadows flickered across the hallway, and Thomas listened for sounds that didn't belong. Soft footsteps, muffled voices, a distant cry. He tried to convince himself it was just the building settling, but the unease lingered. Hoping for answers, Thomas called the superintendent. The man blamed old pipes and gave a few knocks in the basement. "It's nothing," he said, but the noises persisted, as if the building was trying to tell Thomas something. Friends dismissed his fears, suggesting rest or a vacation. Their skepticism left Thomas feeling more alone. Even the police found nothing. "Old buildings make strange sounds," they shrugged, leaving Thomas with the creaks and whispers. Alone, Thomas pressed his ear to the wall, haunted by the silence and the secrets he couldn't explain. Thomas's attention fixated on the apartment across the hall, 3A. He'd passed that faded blue door countless times, but now it seemed to call to him. The rest of the hallway faded away. Only that door mattered. Every time he left his apartment, he felt a strange pull, as if something inside was waiting. The door had a new gleaming brass doorknob, spotless and out of place. No one ever seemed to visit 3A, yet the knob was always polished. Sometimes late at night, Thomas thought he saw it turn, just a fraction. He'd freeze, heart pounding, watching for movement. He pressed his ear to his own door, catching faint scraping from 3A, always stopping when he made a sound. The mystery consumed him. He noticed a cold draught and the scent of old perfume drifting from under the door. Curiosity gnawed at him. Whatever secrets 3A held, Thomas felt they were meant for him to discover. The line between fear and fascination blurred, drawing him closer to the door across the hall. Desperate for proof, Thomas set up a motion-activated camera aimed at his front door. For 2 nights, nothing. On the third, at 3:17 a.m., the camera caught a tall, thin silhouette standing motionless in his living room, absorbing the light. It stared at the camera for 7 minutes, then vanished. Thomas watched the footage in horror. The proof he craved only deepened his terror. He was not alone, and whatever shared his apartment was not human. The footage shattered Thomas. Fear gave way to grim resolve. He had to confront whatever haunted him. He spent the day watching the blue door, convinced the answer lay within. At midnight, 3 deliberate knocks echoed through his apartment. He peered through the peephole. No one was there, but he knew who had knocked. It was a summons. Heart pounding, Thomas opened his door and stepped into the hallway, moving toward 3A, ready to face the darkness head-on. 2 weeks later, Thomas Lane was gone. His apartment was neat, a cold cup of coffee by the chair, his laptop open but dark. Police found no sign of struggle, just silence and unanswered questions. The camera footage, dismissed as a glitch, showed the shadowy figure, but no one believed. 3A was empty, except for a dark stain on the floor and Thomas's wallet and keys beside it. The mystery of his disappearance was left to gather dust. With no answers, Thomas Lane became just another missing person. 3B was rented to a young couple who slept soundly, untroubled by the building's old creaks. The blue door of 3A remained closed, its brass doorknob gleaming. One evening, the new tenant noticed a slip of paper tucked under the knob, a move-in notice. The name on it, printed in crisp black ink, Thomas Lane.